Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I am Sanyukta Saxena and this is the Bookmark special series, and I've received lot of comments, suggestions, lot of feedback. Some people also said that please keep going with the Bookmark series. We hope that it doesn't get over. Yeah, I would try that, but I had planned for 10 sessions, but let's see, right, if I can extend it. So today I have one more bookmark in front of me, and we will be trying exploring new things as we do. This is the last one that we drew, right? So enjoy the process, that's most important. Rest, I am sure you can create something of your own, but to tangle together is a bliss. To tangle together, the main motive is to enjoy the process of drawing together, right? So the end result is not important, does not matter, right? So let's get started. Let's try some gem today, right? So we haven't yet tried any gem. So although I'm not an expert in that, but we'll try and draw a simple one today. So what I'm going to do is first add a small oval shape in the center like this. Yeah, it is just a pencil reference, right? And then probably I'll first start with a tangle called aqua flare, right? So I'm going to surround this probably gem. Let's see how does it turn out. So it's always an experiment, right? So I'm going to surround this gem with a tangle called aqua flare, which is a Zentangle original, right? So let's get started and we will see how does it turn out. And I'm going to leave the center space for the gem, right? So you can choose your set of colors for the gem. I will be using my watercolor pencils. I like the waxy texture that is has. It is much easier to blend. So I'll take out few colors. I have these pencil color shades. So I have some yellow, orange, a little darker orange, and then something like purple and white, right? Some shades here, 4 or 5 of them, and then we will draw a gem, right? Let us first draw it, right, and then we will see. We will move on to the next step. So what I'm going to do here is first add some veins like this with my watercolor pencil, right? Create some nice veins with my pencil, right? Not thinking much, just like we have roots. And the same way I've drawn out some veins here, right? And then I'm going to go to the next shade, probably pick up my orange, right? And this is not the orange, yeah. And then add some color inside these sections that I've created, yeah. I'm just filling up those sections, nothing else, right? So take your time and choose colors light to dark of your choice, yeah. So I'm going to add a little darker shade at the edges, right? And then probably I'm again going to add a little white on the yellow that I put. Yeah. Doesn't look like white to me. Right? And then I'm going to pick up a little darker shade that I have and outline these spaces again. Make sure your pencil is sharp. Right, so we have created these small little spaces using our color pencil yellow. Right, and then I'm going to pick up my darker pencil that I have and add a little shadow. First add it around and then start adding a little extra at the ends. Yeah, and then again I'm going to pick up my orange, I think. Right, again pick up my darker pencil pick up little gray, or you can do that with your graphite also, but if you have gray you can use that at the ends a little, just for adding that darkness. Not much, little bit. Right, and then again I'm going to pick up my white and run it through. Yeah, right, and then again pick up some orange. So gems is all about layering, adding different shades, layering them, right, nothing else. It's real fun exercise to do. Enjoy the process. Just adding some yellows here and there. Yeah, and again a little touch with the darker. A little bit of gray or graphite, whatever you feel like. Right, if you have a different blending stuff you can always use that to soften your pencil. It helps Yeah. So I'm now going to use my jelly roll and add some sparkle there. It may behave a bit messy. Yeah, so you might need to pick up your 10. So once we are done with adding the gem, we'll add some more jelly roll as it dries up. It was not working, so I tried to add whatever I could. Yeah, so we can come back to it little later. So let us now start tangling, and I'm going to pick up my O1 and start with the tangle Aqua Flare, right? So you can use your brown pen also. So Aqua Flare is a very organic looking tangle, something inspired from the seaside probably. So I have not given any border here, right? I'm just going to, you can do that. For example, you can, but I will do that probably after I have drawn. Yeah, so I'm going to add a little turn at the end to give the effect that these lines or these bands are enclosing something. Yeah, so again I'm going to continue like this. So keep rotating your tile and keep adding these bands. If you want, you can join these. Some more tangles like pepper and all are quite similar to this tangle, but again, pepper is generally drawn oval or circle, but that limitation is not there with Aqua Flare. You can draw it in any fashion. In fact, looks better when you draw it random without thinking about any shape. Yeah. So take that time, draw each strand with equal focus and attention. Ink them, give a slight curve at the end. Leave a highlight. Looks nice as far as Aqua Flare is concerned. Yeah. So don't worry too much about gem. That's okay. You can draw it simply with your pencil also. I have done that in many of my videos. Just drawn a simple gem with a pencil. Right? So don't bother too much about that. There are so many videos which show how to draw it, and I'm sure you can do a better job than me. So bookmarks are more, this session especially is more about tangling, not so much so about the gem. Right, so I'm just going to continue like this. Right, you can see how beautiful the Aqua Flare is turning out to be. Nothing I am doing except drawing these strands with the highlight. Yeah, so just enjoy the process, and you can either change the direction or you can keep going in the same direction. That's entirely up to you. Yeah, yeah, again. Take your time and close. Yeah, So one thing you can do here is change your direction or center. Change the center, shift the center a little, right? So I'm going to switch the center a little, move it here, so that the spokes kind of curl up. Yeah. So generally we do that with aqua flare. It looks nice. It's a nice variation to general aqua flare. Generally when we draw aqua flare, we give this curl kind of feel. Yeah, so you can always extend this a little more. So just draw along with me, take your time. You can see how it is going to curl up. Right, I'm first going to bring this one, right, then going to ink this one, and then we are going to curl it up a little more. And like this. And like this. Yeah. So that's the fun of aqua flare. You can do that with aqua flare. Generally in paper we don't do that exercise. Yeah, so that's the fun part as far as aqua flare is concerned. That's the gem in between, right? So now we have the rest of the tile to us. Let us see what do we want to do there. So let's move forward, add a few more tangles, right? So I have just rotated my tile, and then I'm going to add another tangle called nice, like this, right? Add some sections here also, add a V, add a V, then add one hidden one here, add a V, hidden one here, add a V, and then bring down lines from this tip of the V down like this, right? And then we are going to ink alternate sections. So I'm going to skip the lower one. So I'm now inking the sections of the tangle nice that I have drawn. First drew V shapes, then connected the tip of the V to the center, and now inking alternate sections. That's the tangle nice. It is again a Zentangle original. Right? So take your time and ink the alternate sections, and we shall see. We will introduce some browns or some copper jelly roll in the other section that we have. Right? So I'll just get back to you. With that, I'm now going to pick up my copper, yeah, or you can use your gold, whatever color you wish to, and add some color to the white section. Again, the choice of colors, I leave it to you. You can also use your brown pen and add some orbs or some other tangle, right? So just giving you ideas. Feel free to do what you feel like. Right, so I'm just simply inking the space using my jelly roll copperish. Simple tangle to draw, purely line based. Looks really nice. Tangle pattern, nice. Yeah. Now rest of the spaces up to us. What do we want to do? So let us pick up our burgundy PN and start tangling. So I'm just going to probably introduce a few tangles like so the next thing I'm going to do is you can either use your color panel or you can use your colors, watercolor pencil, and I'm just going to add some color to the background. Right, so I'm going to tangle over it. So I like this shade, so I'm just adding one shade now. Adding my watercolor pencil, and then I'm going to blend it. Very simple to use. Yeah. Let us now use our brush pen and blend it. You can also use the normal brush. Just make sure it is wet. Be a little careful, cautious at the corners. Don't worry too much about the brush marks. Believe me, all looks well once you tangle over it. So don't bother. Just blend. Yeah. So the color has already dried up. I think it's almost dried up. Yeah. So I'm going to use my jelly rolls now. So this is one of the colors I have. It almost matches with my background. So let us see if it shows. Otherwise we can switch to gray or something else. Right. So I'm just going to use this and create a subtle background with Muka. Right. So I'm going to go with a flowy Muka here. So you can watch me closely. I'm just going to fill up the entire space with Muka and then give gold touches here and there. Muka is a very versatile tangle. You can use it as fillers. You can use it any ways you want. Again, going up, coming down, rolling it again, again adding some flux goes very well with mocha. Again adding one more mocha, folding it, right? Again adding some flux. Don't hesitate to add tipples here and there, right? So again going with mocha, again one more, add flux in between, add flux here. So enjoy yourself, take your time and give a nice mocha filling to your bookmark. Take the help of flux and tipple wherever required. We'll see if we want to give touches of gold here and there, but first tangle with this color, right? You can see how subtle it looks because you have the colored background and you are using almost the same color jelly roll. Looks something hidden in the background, right? So take your time and one by one fill in the spaces with flux, mocha. You can also use different versions of flux, right? So this is one version of flux. You can use other versions also. You can use printums also, very nice fillers they are, and they gel very well with your flux. Yeah, so feel free to use these tangles wherever you feel like. Take your time. I'm just continuing with my flux, with my mochas. Yeah. Yeah. So let's move to the other side, or let's complete here. Again, you can add printums here and there. That's fine. Small little spaces, printum comes handy. Yeah. Again, I'll start from the other side. Hope you got a hang, right? So I've drawn this many times. In fact, in my Bijuism special, I have done a whole series only on mochas, right? So just feel free. It's a very flowy tangle. You don't have to plan much where, how. Just go with the flow and use mocha, flux and printums and you are sorted. Yeah, almost finishing with my tangling here, tangling my mocha, continuing with the same flowy mochas, not thinking much where, what, just maintaining the flow. that's one nice thing about Mocha. You don't need to actually plan how to draw it, especially when using it as a filler. Yeah, you can see how lovely it looks like in the background. So small little spaces, feel free to add the tipple, and that is where we will go back and add the gold. So always a good idea to fill up the small spaces with tipple, right? So once we are done with that, we'll now pick up our gold and go back to the tipples, big ones, small ones, add some gold there. If you find some bigger spaces where you don't have tipple, do that. Small little spaces, you can add some gold also. Yeah, it will look nice, I think. Yeah, so feel free to do that. Explore. There are many things you come out, you know, once you have started to tangle, when you start coloring, inking, right? So just take your time. Right, so just going to add gold at some of the places where I think it's nice. Again, the other side, go back to the orbs, add some nice touches of gold. Add wherever you want, right? Feel free to give those touches wherever you feel like. Take your time. Okay. If you want, you can add some just random also. I'm going to the orbs. It helps me decide where. Some on the printums probably. Yeah, that's about it. I think we are done. Some on the printums. Yeah. Yeah, I think that much touches of gold is fine. So I'll now move on to quickly shade and just adding at the edges. Not much of shading required here. We just highlight our aqua flare, right? And a little around. Probably we'll use our brush pen there, right? I'll just highlight my aqua flare. You already have a highlight there, so you don't need to do much. Just need to darken the ends. Leave the center white. Can add a little more at the edges. I've sharpened it too much, so I don't want to use the ends. So there's an intersection here, so you can add darkness. So that's the beauty of aqua flavor. Any shape, doesn't matter, you can draw it anyways. Yeah. So I'm now using my gray brush pen and just going to add a little gray on the outside. A slight shadow. You can also rub your pencil there, but this is a little easier to do. And little at the edges. I'm not going to do anything else as far as shading is concerned on the background. Yeah, you want, you can add some touch at the edges also for that extra darkness. That's optional. Yeah, so that's our bookmark for today. Hope you like it. A little bit of darkness here. So there is no end to what you can do. As I keep saying, there is always a room for something more. So you have to stop somewhere. Yeah, that's about it. So let's put in our chalk. Right, sign and date it. This is our bookmark for today. Today is 18th. Right, so a little touch on the outside of your gem, just like a shadow, all you require. Yeah, bye bye, thanks for watching and hope you're liking the series. Do keep posting your comments and suggestions, I really appreciate that, and I shall see you again with one last session on bookmarks. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.